Mm. And this class is all about grounding back into the heart. So, what really inspired this theme for today's class was just recognizing how much is currently happening in today's world and hearing from so many people that I work with, family and friends, that there's a lot happening within the mind and the body right now, and just energetically feeling a lot. So I really wanted to support and bring in this theme of grounding into the heart as a way to really let go of some of the thoughts that are happening in the mind and have almost like this reset where we're coming back to ourselves, letting go of the to-do list, the roles and responsibilities, and allowing ourselves to feel nourished from the inside out and feeling this sense of peace from within and cultivating these qualities from within so that we can start to let go of anything that's just really not serving us in this moment, whether that feels dense or heavy or just a little bit more of like this weight maybe you're carrying on your shoulders or in your heart or in the mind, and just letting yourself create spaciousness and expansion from this place of reconnection to the heart. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position, either cross-legged or kneeling, whatever feels most comfortable for you. If you have props at home, I invite you to use a bolster or a block underneath your sits bones and let yourself really ground and anchor into that space. Hello, Cherie. As you ground into your sits bones, lift up tall through the spine as you draw the shoulders back and down the back. Align your shoulders over hips. Parallel your chin to the earth. And lift tall through the crown of the head. If it feels comfortable for you, gently float the eyes closed. And together, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Breathing in, feel the spine elongate as you welcome a fresh new breath of the day. Exhale, softening through the body, releasing, relaxing. Inhale into the heart space. Exhale through the body. Let your breath come back to its natural rhythm and pace. Place your hands onto your heart space, right hand over left. And feel this gentle, loving pressure against your heart with your hands, your physical touch. Feeling a sense of safety within the body, a sense of I'm here now in this moment, choosing to be here, to give back to myself and reconnect to the heart. And take a moment to circulate the hands in any direction that feels natural for you. Just awakening this area around the heart. This is also incredibly supportive for stress and anxiety. Tuning into this space of the heart. And gently resting the hands back at stillness here at the heart center. Noticing any sensations or emotions that may be present with you in this moment, and welcoming all of it and any of it. Letting this be a safe space for you to feel to connect and return back to the self. And place the hands together at heart center, Anjali Mudra. So palms touch, thumbs connected to your heart center. Taking a moment here to cultivate an intention. And perhaps that's grounding back to your heart. Perhaps it's something that you're feeling your heart could use at this time. Cultivating peace, joy, comfort, love. Letting that be present with you, sealing it into the heart, into the mind. Letting it be a reminder for your practice today. And as you settle into the space a little bit more and more with each passing moment, we'll formally open this practice with the sound of Om. We'll share 3 Oms together. It's a universal sound that threads and connects us no matter where we are in the world, clearing, cleansing, harmonizing our space within and without. Prepare with an inhale and a full exhalation. Inhale for Om. 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 Gently release your hands down to your thighs, palms up or palms down, whatever feels most natural for you. Practicing today a pranayama technique with a 4-2-4-2 ratio. An inhale for a count of 4, a pause and hold for a count of 2, exhalation for a count of 4, pause and hold for a count of 2. If the holds don't feel comfortable for you, you're welcome to eliminate them. We'll prepare with a cleansing breath, unifying breath in, and complete breath out. Gently close the lips and inhale through the nose for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 2, 1. Inhale, smooth the breath. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 2, 1. Continue. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Continue on your own. And one more round. Once you've completed the rounds, come back to a natural breath. Slowly begin to rub the palms together, creating a little bit of heat and warmth between the palms, activating the heart line through the center of the palms. And place the hands over the eyes for a moment, feeling the warmth you've created. Compassionate, loving touch. Inhale in. Exhale, gently release the hands and begin to peel the eyes open, letting this moment be a fresh, new beginning as this journey back to the heart. And you'll gently come onto your hands and your knees into a tabletop position. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Draw your low navel in towards your spine. Ground through all 10 fingers, and on inhale, lift your sits bones up towards the sky. Open the heart, cow pose. As you exhale, round through the spine, lift the low ribs, release the head. Inhale, lift through the sits bones, follow the breath as you open the heart. Exhale, rounding. Gently press the earth away from you, create more space. And follow your breath a few more rounds. And this time, as you exhale, an invitation to shift your hips back in space. So you're finding this variation of a child's pose. And inhale to rise with a rounded back. And follow that same inhale into cow pose. So creating a little bit more fluidity with the movement, adding in this exhale as you shift back all the way. Inhale to round and open the heart. Exhale it back into your cat pose and shift the hips back. 2 more rounds. Unifying the breath and the body together as one. Inhale back into a neutral spine. Exhale, child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch. Shift the hips back towards the heels and walk the hands forward. Rest the forehead down onto the earth and gently sway the head from side to side, just getting into some space within the neck. Coming back to stillness. Inhale into the back of the heart. Exhale, feel the front of the heart melt towards the floor. Know that this posture is available for you at any point within the practice.
as an alternative from downward facing dog, or simply just a landing point, any point you'd like rest.
Slowly walk the hands over to the right side, creating a side bend. Option to keep the hands shoulder distance apart or stack left hand on top of the right. Draw the left hip back, relax the head. Breathe into both side bodies. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, find a little bit more length and walk the hands over to the left side. Create space through the ribs. Hands shoulder distance or right hand on top of left. Relax the shoulders, the head down, and draw the right hip back. Fill the body with your breath. And with every exhale, feel this gentle warmth coming back to your center. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale here. Rise back up onto your hands and your knees, back to tabletop position. Extend your right leg back behind you. Find the ball of the foot onto the earth. You'll gently shift forward and back and start to engage through the core. So lift the low ribs and find that connection between the front and the back body. Pause with the shoulders stacked over wrists. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Toes pointed down, internal rotation, the back leg. Exhale, pausing here. Option to stay here or reach your left hand forward. Let's circle the wrist and ankle here, or if it's just through the back leg, the ankle circles in opposite directions. Pause and find stillness. Inhale to reach long. Exhale, round through the spine as you draw the elbow and knee to touch. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, round, elbow and knee come towards the center and lift at the top. Inhale to reach. Exhale, drawing yourself back in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, lower the left hand. Turn the right hip open. Find your right foot to the floor, toes pointed to the side. A side plank. Inhale, right arm lifts up. Modified version with the knee on the earth. As you exhale, sweep the top hand forward towards the front of the room, creating more space from each rib cage and your hip, each part of the rib cage and your hip. Option to stay here or inhale, right arm lifts, right leg lifts, hip height. You're welcome to stay here or bend the right knee, reach for the outside edge of the foot, and then open through the heart. Keep the tailbone lengthening long back behind you. And as you open through the chest, find an isometric contraction through the bottom leg, the leg that's lifted, excuse me. And slowly release the right leg. Find the hand and the knee back down onto the earth. Take a moment to wiggle between sides. Option even here to take a moment to pause into your child's pose. 1 to 2 deep breaths. And we'll meet back into our tabletop position. This time, left leg extends back. Find the ball of the foot on the earth. Really ground through all 10 fingers as you find this gentle movement forward and back, awakening through the core, waking up the back of the left leg. And find stillness with shoulders stacked over wrists. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale it here. Option to stay with just the left leg lifted or reach the right arm forward. Either with just the ankle or the wrist and ankle, circulate through the joints. And then circle the opposite direction. Again, low ribs, drawing in, protect the low back. Inhale, reach in opposite directions. Exhale with control, elbow and knee draw in towards the center. Inhale to reach, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in towards the center, round the back, lift. Inhale to reach. Exhale, draw it in. Finding smooth movement. Inhale to reach and lengthen. Last time. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale to reach. And exhale, lower the right hand. Shift the left hip open. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Ground through the left foot. Option to stay here. Reach the left arm forward. Create space in the chest as you rotate the heart and the top hip towards the sky. Open through the side body. Find your breath. You're welcome to stay here, or left arm lifts, left leg lifts, hip height. An option to bend the left knee and reach for the outside edge of the foot. And as you draw the heel away from your bum, simultaneously draw the foot back towards your bum so you can feel this openness through the chest. Connecting to your breath, creating space in the heart. And gently release and reset the left hand, left knee down. This time we'll walk our hands about a hand's distance forward. Inhale, shifting into a modified chaturanga. Exhale, lower down all the way. Elbows hug in towards the sides. Find the tops of the feet down onto the earth. Slide your hands forward, wrists in line with elbows in line with shoulders. Press into the tops of the feet, navel in towards the spine. Inhale, open the heart for Sphinx pose. Press your pubic bone down to protect the low back. Draw your right ear to your right shoulder. Create some space in the neck here. On your next exhale, lower chin down towards the chest. Other side, left ear to left shoulder. On your next exhale, lower chin back down towards the chest and release the chest all the way down. Find your hands alongside your ribs, elbows hugged in towards the side. And this time a narrow kneed child's pose. So knees and feet together, shift the hips back and rest the forehead down. Beautiful opportunity to come back to your intention. And a continuous reminder of why you're here. And choosing to use this time to connect mind, body, spirit, and heart. Inhale back up onto your hands and your knees. Find the knees hips distance apart and walk the hands about a hand's distance forward. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here, lift one heel off the mat at a time as the opposite heel lowers down. Ground down through all 10 fingers, all the pads of the fingers to alleviate any tension in the wrists. If you notice that there's rounding in the back body, bend the knees and keep the knees bent as you lift the hips up and back. Wrap the upper arm muscles in, shake out any tension in the head or the neck. Nodding the head yes to end on a positive note. Inhale here. Full complete exhalation. Gently walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat, finding your heels beneath your hips, toes pointed forward, and finding your way into a forward fold position. Ragdoll, find opposite elbows, release the back of the neck, bend your knees as much or as little as feels comfortable for you. An option here to find stillness or gently sway side to side. And this is your practice so tuning into the feeling, the somatic experience of what this practice can offer for you today. Dropping out of the mind into the heart, into the body to feel, be present with whatever is. Come back to the center. Gently release the hands.
Bend the knees deeply. You ground through the feet, navel in towards the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Slowly start to rise up into a standing position. Draw your shoulders back and down. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale here. Full complete exhalation. Grounding into the feet, soften the knees. Let the tailbone lengthen towards the earth. Let the hands come back. Mountain pose, Tadasana, palms facing forward. Feeling the steadiness anchoring through the feet. As you lift through the spine, inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge through the hips, forward fold. Lead with the heart, release the head. Inhale to lift halfway, hands to shins or thighs, shine the heart forward. Exhale, folding down. Ground the feet, reverse swan dive, arms extend out wide. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, right away, we'll forward fold. Once again, breathing out. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale to bow in, forward fold. Ground the feet, inhale, circle sweep back up to standing. And exhale, forward fold. Hinge through the hips, find this fluidity, connecting breath and movement. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands to the earth and step the feet back into a high plank position. Pausing here for a moment, our first high plank, navel in towards the spine, press the heels back, toes towards the navel. Inhale. Exhale, option to lower the knees or shift forward. Exhale all the way down. Inhale into cobra pose. Keep the elbows bent, heart shining forward, tops of the feet down. Exhale, lower through the chest, press back up. An option for downward dog or child's pose. 2 to 3 breaths here. Each time we meet ourselves with presence on our mat, choosing to be in connection with the body and the breath, we are naturally cultivating more groundedness and connection to the heart space. Inhale, gaze between the hands, bend the knees. Exhale, walks or step your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale to lift halfway, hands to shins or thighs, shine the heart, gaze is down. Exhale, forward fold, belly to spine, release the head. Ground the feet, inhale, circle sweep the arms up, back to standing. Reach the palms up at the top and exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take a moment here, one hand on the heart, one hand on the low belly. Inhale, breathing in union with the belly and heart expanding together as one. And exhale, chest and belly gently contract back. One more breath. Release the hands. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, hands or fingertips to the earth. Step your left foot back long behind you. Find your front knee right over ankle and gently lower the left knee down and untuck the toes, preparing for low lunge. Ground through both feet. Inhale, rise up as you reach the hands up. Exhale, soften through the shoulders. Hug your inner thighs in towards one another. Lift out of the hips, lengthen the tailbone. You're welcome to find stillness here, or inhale, reach the fingertips a little bit higher. Exhale, shine the heart open as you bend through the elbows and hug the elbows back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, elbows bend, heart lifts. Inhale to reach. Exhale, open through the heart, elbows drop back. Inhale to reach. Exhale, lower the hands to the earth. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Walk your left foot in about a foot's distance in. Inhale to lift up onto your fingertips as you extend through the front leg, pyramid pose. Exhale, folding in. Let's find a wave-like movement. Inhale to open. Option to use blocks here. Exhale to lower through the chest. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Open, find more space along the spine, and exhale to fold in. Fingertips, hands can be used on the floor or any props. Right hip back, left hip down, melting the upper half of the body over your front leg. Create space within the body with your breath to encourage more movement, more transformation, transmutation of whatever it is that doesn't serve you, and create space for what does. On your next inhale, shift forward, front knee over ankle. Draw your left foot back a little bit more. Prepare for a twist. Left hand grounds beneath the left shoulder and inhale, right arm up towards the sky. You can keep the left knee lifted or lower the knee onto the earth. Reach out of the bottom hand. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Step back into a high plank position. Option to go to downward facing dog or shift forward on or off the knees. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, coming up into cobra, or if you're ready, upward facing dog. Lift the back of the thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, child's pose is available as well. Breathing in, breathing out. Reset yourself here. Gaze between the hands, bend the knees, walk or step your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale to lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, forward fold down. Ground the feet, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Inhale to lift. And exhale, hands to heart center. Once again, we take this moment to pause. Maybe you notice the heart beating a little bit faster, your breath starting to feel a little bit more active. Slowing it down, anchoring in the space between. Release the hands. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway, long spine, shoulders back and down. Exhale, fingertips or hands to the earth. Step your right foot back long. Set yourself up with your front knee over ankle, and then gently lower the back knee and untuck the toes. Ground through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, settle the shoulders down the back. Once again, lengthen the tailbone. Keep the low ribs drawn in and lift through the crown of the head. Find your breath. Option to stay here or inhale, next breath in, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, open the heart and draw the elbows back down towards the ribs. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, opening through the heart. Elbows drop back and down. Inhale to reach. And exhale, elbows come back. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the hands to the earth. Tuck the right toes, lift the knee, the hips back away from the midline. Extend through the front leg, pyramid pose. Optional, walk the foot in a little bit here. Inhale to lift up onto the fingertips. Shine the heart forward. Exhale, lower it down. 2 more times with this wave-like movement. Inhale, finding more space as the hips draw back. Exhale to melt. Inhale, finding fluidity with the breath, lengthen through the spine. Exhale to melt. Left hip back, right hip forward. Finding parallel hips to the floor. Maybe you even place one hand at the sacrum and just check in where the hips are at. Melting here. Recycle the breath. Renew the self. Purify the mind and body. On your next inhale, shift forward, front knee over ankle. You may need to adjust the back leg. Ground your right hand underneath the shoulder and inhale, left arm sweeps up towards the sky. Spinal twist, rotate through the center core, shoulders back and down, lift through the top arm. Feel the breath north, south, east, and west of the spine. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down, step back into high plank, option for downward dog, shifting forward on or off the knees. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way down. Tops of the feet meet the earth. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Round through the hands, lift the hips up and back. Breathe. Inhale, the right leg lifts, bend the knee. Exhale, open the hip, scorpion pose. Keep the tailbone lengthened long behind you. On your next inhale, square the hips, extend your right leg. Exhale, shift forward, right foot to the top of the mat. Gently lower the back heel down, warrior two. Inhale, windmill the arms up and settle here. Arms extended wide. Relax through the shoulders, front knee over ankle, equal weight between both feet. Oftentimes, connecting to our heart requires us to cultivate inner strength and this warrior spirit, yet we can be soft and surrender into that spirit. But we find stability and sovereignty in it. Inhale, flip the front palm, extend through the front leg, reverse triangle, sweep the left hand down as you reach the right arm up and back. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, rise up back to warrior two, and exhale, shift back into reverse triangle, moving one breath, one movement. Inhale, rising back up, warrior two. Exhale, extend through the front leg, reach back. Inhale, this time just the arms come back up to neutral. Hinge forward, reach forward, Trikonasana triangle pose. Lower the right hand down, lift the left arm up towards the sky. If you feel more steady with shortening the distance of the feet, you're welcome to do that. And to adjust here, a little self-adjustment, you can use the left hand to open more space in the chest, the ribs, even through the top hip as you lift away from the earth. Cultivate your inner strength, your breath, building a little bit more heat, finding stability, balance through the body. Prepare for half moon, left hand to the hip, bend into the front knee, gaze down to the front right corner edge of your mat. Set your hand down as you gently lift the left leg up into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Open the left side of the chest towards the sky, reach the left arm up, and always use a prop beneath the right hand. Option to stay here, gaze up, neutral, or down, wherever feels most comfortable for you. Option to bend the left knee and reach back for the foot, very similar to the shape we took at the beginning of practice. Steady your breath. If you have the back foot, gently release it. And inhale, exhale, lightly step back, warrior two. Inhale, lift up and out of the hips, windmill the hands back forward, and step the right foot back to meet the left. Downward dog or vinyasa. Option to shift forward, exhale, lower through, halfway or all the way. Inhale, open the heart, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale in through the nose. Lion's breath, stick out the tongue. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, stick out the tongue. One more time. Really release, detoxify anything that may be weighing and present with you here that might be coming up. What can you create more space for? Inhale, the left leg lifts up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Keep the shoulders squared with the top of the mat. Inhale, square the hips, extend the left leg. Exhale, shift forward, knee towards the chest, and lightly place the left foot down. Lower the right heel, and inhale, windmill the arms up. Warrior two, other side. Arms extend out, shoulders relax. Externally rotate your front thigh so that you can see your front big toe, and the knee tracks out to open the hip, protect the knee. Feel the breath in the center of your heart. Let that be your grounding point. Reverse triangle. Inhale, flip the front palm, straighten through the front leg, and exhale, reach up and back. One more breath here. Inhale, rise up. Exhale into warrior two. Inhale and exhale, reverse triangle. One breath, one movement here now. Inhale, rising back up, warrior two. Exhale, reverse triangle, reach up and back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reach up and back. Inhale, just the upper body comes back to neutral. Option to heel toe the back foot in, hinge forward, reach forward, Trikonasana, triangle pose, left hand down, right arm up towards the sky. Shine the heart open. Maybe you use the right hand to open through the chest, the ribs, the hips a little bit more. Imagining like you're going right into a little envelope, finding a nice parallel body to the wall behind you. Option to gaze up, down, or neutral. Steady through the feet, steady your breath. Half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana, right hand to the hip, bend your left knee, or your right knee, excuse me, and then find the front corner edge of your mat, lift the back thigh, back leg, an option to reach your right arm up towards the sky. Lift out of the standing leg, activate through both feet. Option to bend the top knee, reach for the outside edge of the foot, and find this heart opener here. Really important that the low ribs stay knit in towards the spine. Tailbone lengthens as your heart opens. And gently, without flinging, release the back leg if it's bound. Inhale here. Exhale. Gently bend into your front leg and shift back, warrior two. Inhale, lift out of the hips to safely transition to windmill the hands back to center. Step back, high plank or downward facing dog. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale, lowering halfway or all the way. You know what to do. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your feet a little bit wider, so maybe mat distance apart. Toes point open, heels point in, and slowly walk your hands back towards your feet to find Malasana, garland pose. Sit the hips down towards the earth. You're welcome to use a block underneath the sits bones or lift the heels, hands together at heart center. Inhale to lift out of the heart. Option to use the elbows against the thighs or the calves to create more space. Ground into your feet. Feel your pelvis gently drawing up. Mula Bandha.
creating space in the hips to create openness and release emotionally, where we have this storehouse of where emotions tend to accumulate. Release your right hand down. Inhale, left arm sweeps up towards the sky. As you exhale, left hand to the earth, and inhale, right arm up. Exhale, lower right hand down, left arm sweeps up. Last time. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up. And slowly release the hands down, hands to the earth, and then come back to the heart. Inhale here. Exhale it out. Hands come back to the earth and lift the hips. Extend through the legs, heel toe the feet back together, hip distance apart. Bend the knees deeply, belly to spine and vertebra by vertebra. Rise up to standing. Inhale, arms reach up. Take your time to get there and exhale, hands to heart. Opportunity to float the eyes closed once more, breathing in, feel the heart expand into the hands. And as you exhale, feel that nourishing breath assimilate through every part of your being. In this moment, you are home. In each moment, home is here. Let your heart continue to guide you and remind you that this innate inner connection is available. No matter where you are, what's going on in your world, here we can come back to peace, back to contentment, joy, and love. Release the hands. Ensure that you're towards the top edge of the mat, and inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale to lift and lengthen halfway, shoulders back and down. Exhale, yourself back to the earth, hands down. Option for one final vinyasa, or we can meet in downward facing dog. Exhale to lower. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, and we'll meet here. Prepare for pigeon pose. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, shift forward, right knee towards the outer right wrist. Gently lower the left knee down. You'll work your front shin bone to be parallel with the top edge of the mat. Flex and engage through the right ankle to protect the ankle and the knee. And as you find this lift out of the hips, you'll walk your hands a little bit closer and towards you. Check in the hip, the knee, the foot are all in one line. Inhale here. Exhale, you're welcome to stay here or walk your hands forward. You can always use a prop underneath the right hip or come into a recline variation, a figure four shape. So shifting onto the back body, figure four shape in the legs, and hug your knee in towards your chest. You're welcome to find your hands stacked, your fists stacked, and rest your forehead down on a prop or the hands here. You can even shelf through the hands as well. Unclench the jaw, soften the shoulders, breathe. This is a wonderful opportunity to come back to that same pranayama technique we practiced at the beginning of our time together. And inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 2, exhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 2. Embracing stillness and silence, this opportunity to turn inward, giving ourselves spaciousness.
Complete your cycle of breath and rise back up onto the hands. Ground through all 10 fingers. Walk the left knee in. This will help to give you more space to lift the right leg back. If you have longer limbs, perhaps you feel best just shifting back into your downward dog. Extend the right leg. So you find a nice long leg through the right side and bend the left knee and shift the hips up and back. And then go ahead and pedal your feet between sides. Find stillness in downward dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, shift forward, left knee towards the outer left wrist. Pigeon pose on the other side. Walk the right leg back and long behind you. Walk your hands in. Adjust your front shin to face towards the front edge of the mat. Flex through the ankle to support yourself here. Maybe even peek back, shoulder, hip, knee, foot, all in one line. Inhale to lift and lengthen out of the hips. Keep the hips level here. And exhale, you're welcome to stay in this upright position or sleeping pigeon. Walk the hands forward. Keep the spine elongating and gently rest your forehead down on any aspect of the hands, the fists, or on any type of prop as well. And take the first few moments in this posture to really settle in. Adjusting your body as needed, always an option to use a prop beneath the left hip or underneath both hips if you have a longer bolster at home. Relax the facial muscles, unclench the jaw. Let the shoulders melt away from the spine. Once again, option for a 4-2-4-2 count breath. I invite you to come back to your intention and let whatever word carries the most energy for you in this moment, let that be something that you continue to repeat almost like an affirmation. So maybe it's peace or expansion or love. Repeat that word to yourself, cultivating the energy and the essence and the felt experience, somatic experience of what energy that carries. Letting it be felt and welcomed within yourself. Knowing that is already part of you and your nature. And slowly rise back up onto the hands. Ground down all 10 fingers, walk the right leg in, tuck the toe, step the left foot back, straighten through the left leg, bend through the right knee. Lift the hips up and back. Just an opportunity to find length through the back of the knee here, and then pedal out the feet. Downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale to lower the knees back to the earth. Shift the hips to one side, the legs to the other. We'll scooch our way forward towards the top edge of our mat and find the bottoms of the feet onto the earth with the knees bent. Ground through the feet, hug your inner thighs, reach your arms out forward, and then inhale, we'll lift the chest, reach the arms up. As you exhale, lower about 25 degrees, hands reach forward, slowly engage through the core. Inhale to rise up, reach up. Exhale about 45 degrees. See shape through the core. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, engage the core, hug the inner thighs about 60 degrees, lowering down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale about 75 degrees all the way down, and then inhale coming up. Exhale about 90 degrees, so hovering the earth, really engage through the core. You got this. And inhale, rising up. Exhale all the way down, nice and slow, vertebra by vertebra. Let the spine meet the earth. And once you arrive here, find the bottoms of the feet together, knees wide. Into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly or bound angle pose. You can find the hands to the top of the hips and create some spaciousness in the hips here. Create a sweeping action with the hands. If there's any sensitivity or what feels like a little tugging at the hips, you can find blocks underneath the thighs or even find fists and support the upper thigh beneath the thigh area there. And settle the hands. Settle the body. Meeting the earth where we can cultivate this inner knowing of unconditional support. Mother Earth energy holding us here to nurture and nourish us, inviting us to surrender. Place the hands to the outer thighs, zip the knees back together, walk the heels in towards your bum, and set the hands alongside you. We'll have time for one last heart opener this evening. So either bridge pose or wheel pose. So from bridge or wheel pose, we'll find the lower half of the body with the knees bent, heels towards the bum, toes, knees, hips, all in one line. If you're coming into bridge, flip the hands back to point the fingers towards the front edge of your mat and hug the elbows in. Wherever you are, prepare with an inhale, ground into your feet and slowly lift up. Exhale to find stability wherever you are. Lengthen the tailbone forward, shine the heart back behind you. Option if you're in bridge pose to clasp through the fingertips and walk one shoulder underneath the chest at a time to create some space in the heart. Hug the inner thighs. Make sure you can find your breath. Maybe even tilting the chin slightly back. If you're in wheel, slowly come back down onto the top of your head, making your way back onto your shoulders. And wherever you are, unclasp the hands, lift the heels up away from the floor, and vertebra by vertebra from the top of the spine to the bottom, slowly reset yourself back to the earth. Find your feet wide and your knees together. So in this tent-like position, and then place the hands either to the belly or the heart, wherever your hands naturally want to find this connection with the self. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, I am home. Here in this moment, exhale. Inhale, I open my heart to receive. Exhale, I nourish myself with love. Release the arms out into a T position or a goal position. Heel toe the feet so that they're back hip distance apart. We'll lift the hips, shift them to the right side edge of the mat, and gently let the knees draw over towards the left side for a spinal twist. So hips to the right, knees to the left. You may even want to scooch and adjust the left shoulder blade towards the left side of your mat a little bit more. And then the head can turn to the right, gaze towards the right, or even float the eyes closed. You're welcome to take any other variation of a reclined twist Whatever feels best for you. You can even use left hand on top of the right thigh, create a little bit more space. And of course, props are welcome beneath the left thigh or between the thighs to give yourself some support there as well. Expanding breath with every inhale, nourishing breath with every exhale. And on your next inhale, lift the knees back up towards the sky. Realign your hips and your shoulders. Take a moment to pause here. The neutral spine. Ground into the feet, lift the hips, shift them to the left side of your mat, and gently draw the knees towards the right. So hips to the left, knees to the right. Once again, once you arrive, you can scooch the right shoulder blade towards the right side. Notice how that creates more space in the front and the back of the body. Turn the gaze over to the left side or even close the eyes. These last few moments of the practice really draw your awareness inward, present, here and now. Be here and now. Creating space with every in-breath, letting go as you nourish yourself with every exhale. Inhale, the knees come back up to center. Exhale to a neutral spine. Realign your hips and your shoulders. Final posture, happy baby. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Let the knees come out wide. And find, as you lift the bottoms of the feet towards the sky, find the back of the thighs, the shins, or the outside edges of the feet. If you notice that your sacrum or your shoulders lift off the earth, that's a great point of reference to then lower the clasp to either the shins or the underside of the thighs. You're welcome to find some movement side to side or extend one leg at a time or both, letting this last posture nourish you in whatever way your body wants to explore and feel complete in your body and in your practice for today. Slowly draw the feet back together, the knees back together. Inhale into a tiny little ball. Lift your head, neck, shoulders off the earth. And as you exhale, arms and legs extend up towards the side, away from the midline. Or corpse pose, Shavasana. Let the feet open wide so that the toes, the knees, the hips can roll open away from the midline. Palms face up towards the sky, or if you're feeling like you need a little bit more grounding energy today, palms can face down. Lift through the chest, draw the shoulder blades down the back body, maybe even wiggle the hips a little bit more forward. And as you find your corpse pose, Shavasana, this is a time for you to close the eyes if that feels comfortable and safe for you, and really drift into a space
of full surrender and relaxation, an opportunity to integrate the fruits of your practice together. Inhale, open mouth, exhale. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, sigh it out. Any audible sound that wants to exit the body. We'll do one more like that, breathing in. Sigh it out and let go. Relax the feet, the legs. Melt through the hips. Soften the shoulders. Feel a lightness in your chest, the space you've created for your heart, this deepening of connection to your heart that is present in here. Relax the arms, the hands. Soften through the throat. Unclench the jaw. Release the facial muscles. Relax through the eyes. Crown of the head melts. Surrender into the spaciousness of your heart, the seed of your soul, the essence of you. Where love, harmony, and peace reside.
Let the way of the heart, let the way of the heart, let the way of the heart shine through. Let the way of the heart, let the way of the heart, let the way of the heart shine through. Love upon love upon love. All hearts are beating as one. Light upon light upon light, shining as bright as the sun. Let the way of the heart, let the way of the heart, let the way of the heart shine through. Let the way of the heart, let the way of the heart, let the way of the heart shine through. Love upon love upon love. All hearts are beating as one. Life upon life upon life. All disappears into one.
Gently come back to your breath. Welcomes small, subtle movements, mindful movements back into the body. Starting with gently wiggling the fingers and the toes. The wrists, the ankles, perhaps swaying the head from side to side gently. And keep the eyes closed as you roll off onto your right side into a fetal position, taking a moment there to pause with your knees in towards your chest and your right arm as a pillow. And slowly transition into a seated posture, returning right where you began this practice, grounding your sits bones beneath you. Lengthen up tall through the spine, relax the shoulders back. Meet with the hands together at heart center. Return back to your intention, feeling it present with you. Acknowledging what a gift it is to share this time, these practices together, these teachings, honoring all those who have come before us to pass them on for us to experience the fruits of these practices so that we may feel more grounded in our bodies, connected to our hearts, and free. Thanking yourself for showing up for this practice and this time to reconnect, to tune back into the qualities of the heart, the qualities of you. Reminding yourself that love, joy, peace, harmony are here within you. May we continue to remember to pause and come back to these qualities, these practices. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. The light, the love, all that is within me bows in deep gratitude and reverence and sees each one of you. Namaste.